Hi, Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day one of the September daily draws. So as we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Mystic Palette Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle, because it's Mabon later this month. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. So what we're doing is we're going very carefully, very steadily, very diligently, step by step, focused on the things we need to focus on, not rushing. This is a knight that doesn't rush into things. He takes his time. He knows what he needs to do. Sometimes he has to take the time to navigate some more less than straightforward landscape and terrain when he goes on a journey, when he goes on a quest. And that may be metaphorically what we are having to do, that it's not a terrain where we can just charge forward. We have to take our time to navigate each step of the way. And I think that's what this card is saying. It's just take your time, go at a steady pace, sure and steady as we go, and we will get there. Have that perseverance, have that patience, have that persistence. Here you go, the 3 P's. Patience, perseverance, and persistence as we continue on our journey. Look at his fixed gaze. He means business. And we may have to mean business in tackling the practical things that we need to tackle. It may take a focused gaze of attention and attention to detail, and to really get to grips of what we're doing, get to the serious nitty-gritty of the issues at hand. That may be what this card is also saying to us. So let's try and emulate and embody that energy of the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Coins, as it sometimes will be known. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't say on the actual deck, so it doesn't matter. But we can have both. The material with financial matters, with practical matters, from physical, tangible things that we need to do, tasks that we need to do that are, to make the realities that we want. We may need to pay attention to details and make sure we don't rush things, that we take our time, as I say, and we just carefully do the job, do the work in a very methodical and focused and steady way, and that we're looking at where we're going. We do it with open eyes. His eyes are very open, very focused, very, very intense. And we may need an intense gaze. This is not where we just glance at something and think we know what it is, and oh yes, I know that, and we go ahead with it. We may need to really intently look at it, because it's only as we take our time really looking at it that we may see things that we wouldn't just see by an initial glance. And we may need to see those further things before we proceed. So, yes, it's persistence, it's patience, it's I forget the other P that I said, but it's perseverance. We have to persevere with it patiently, but persistently. We don't give up. This is a very diligent. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't give up. He keeps going on his journey. He's not going to be deterred by some tricky terrain that he has to cross. No, he'll do it. He'll take his time. He'll pay attention, and he'll find his path through it. But he's not stopping. He's not going to let that stop him. He's going to get to where he wants to go, and that's the kind of diligent, persistent attitude, persevering attitude that we need to take. So that, I believe, is the message of this card today. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. Tobacco. Sometimes that's a sign of relaxing. I'm not advocating smoking tobacco, not at all. But some people sit down and smoke tobacco, relaxing, and so forth. We may need to, not to contradict this card, but to chill out a bit as well. Yes, we need to focus and we need to be pay attention, but not to be in so much of a hurry to restrain ourselves, to relax that in the sense of wanting to rear forward and push ourselves too much too quickly. Also, as this says here at the bottom, feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke to them, for they are hungry to connect. Now, I know that some people, some traditions involve tobacco and using tobacco, burning tobacco to connect with ancestors. It's not part of my practice, but I've heard of it. Okay, so the symbolism of it means do whatever maybe it's time to connect to the energy of your ancestors. And we're coming as we approach that autumn period, as we approach that period, when we get to Mabon and then Samhain comes after, which is particularly key for ancestors. Where we're starting that movement towards that time. So maybe begin now thinking about getting ready to connect with your ancestors for the guidance that you need. Because sometimes, they may have gone before us and gone through some of these challenges and things that we are now facing, and they may be able to help with the practicalities and help us to deal with some of the details that we find along the way. But make the connections to whatever you need, receive the guidance, whatever you need, and be patient, be persevere, and be persistent as we move forward. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 2. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.